we are back with Terra Nullius. Jordan will be back shortly. He is unclogging a toilet with plastic wrap. So...
I did not need to know that.
That's what he said. So, Emily, Raia, what do you say when him says, kill Kitlali?
First of all, can I make an insight check on him?
Sure, yeah. Oop. Don't pay attention to the fact that I'm on Twitter, the stream. Okay.
Ooh.
23.
23, okay.
Like, is he telling the truth that, like, she needs to die?
It's a more personal thing for him. The future will be very bad for him if she doesn't die.
Okay.
He's afraid of her. Or at the very least, what she represents.
So I just kind of look up to him and I just say, like, okay, this is my one thing that I'm doing. You know that this is a very hard thing for me to do because I will probably lose some of the people fighting for me doing this.
Yeah. And he looks at you and he says, oh, come now, Raia. You're far too clever to let something like that happen, aren't you? I'm sure there's some way you can figure out to make her go away without anyone knowing.
Okay. So my one thing, I will kill Kitlali.
Kill Kitlali.
That's my one thing. And I kind of like go to shake his hand.
He frowns, like, that's not a thing that we do here. And he just...
How am I supposed to know?
He clasps his hands behind his back and then just nods to you and then says, I hope to see you again, Raia. And then he starts to turn away and then he says, my compatriots will be staying to assist you since you have proven your loyalty.
Ah, okay.
And then walks away.
Okay. So...
What do you do?
Okay. I honestly want to take Kitlali aside and explain everything that just went on and then show her a diamond worth 300 gold and just say, I will kill you and then I will revive you. But this will help get us more people on our side.
Could you keep her dead like through the battle and then just bring her back afterwards, or will it matter?
We want her though.
I want her to help.
That's why I was wondering.
So I mean,
taking over the dragons and stuff.
With your insight, Raia, him is not the kind of person who would just accept that, right?
Look,
he'd be like, you knew.
That's why
I
specifically said I will kill her.
He's gonna call bullcrap on you and just be like, "That's ridiculous. You knew exactly what I meant."
That's what I was saying. Like, if you keep her dead through the combat,
but yeah, there is maybe a way to like finagle it. So like,
yeah. So I think I just kind of say like. Yeah, I think I would honestly, just pull Kitlali aside and kind of explain the situation and say, we need more people on our side, but I obviously don't want to kill you.
Make a charisma save. She did just have a frank conversation
really
with
bad
one Tabaxi.
conversation with Hot Surprise. She's going to be like, it's
what
happening
now? Yeah, exactly. The betrayal has begun.
Oh, no.
Can I guide myself, please?
Sure.
This is a charisma save.
Yep.
Oh, good.
Actually, in that case, I don't think you can because it's a save.
Yeah.
And you're just having this conversation alone with her?
I mean, I assume so.
Why would you have this with more people around?
That's true.
Then, if I know I'm going to have this conversation, oh no, that's not going to help. Just kidding. Because that's checks too. Just kidding. Okay. There's like nothing extra for me to do.
Now I'm kind of glad we played that out, but also kind of nervous.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea what happened.
I know, but still.
I'm just scared to click the button.
Yeah, I would be too.
Okay.
Terrible. Oh my gosh.
I can't do it. I'm so nervous.
The more nervous you are, the worse it's gonna be.
10.
Oh, no, that's definitely not enough.
I know.
So, ooh, okay.
Rolled
I'm trying to think of how she would respond because I think she's cognizant enough of the power that you have that she's not going to just like be like, you betrayed me and like turn on you or whatever, right? Man. So she just, her face goes blank. And she just says, I'm sorry. I can't let you do that. What do you value more, Raia?
I've made the deal in the first place.
One second. Oh, this is so bad.
And you had a +7 to that charisma save too.
Mm-hmm.
I know.
Rolled a 3.
Trust me. I am aware of that.
Well, a 3 and a 5. Like that's
Okay, this is the time to use it if any. Can I try and use my divine intervention?
Oh.
I mean, yeah, for sure, right?
Because
What do you want to do?
If it doesn't work,
Is that a
I
once per
want
week
it-
thing though?
if it works, it's once per week. If it doesn't work, it gets recharged after the long rest.
Okay, all right.
So like if it works, I feel like it's worth it to keep
Yeah.
everybody on our side.
Yeah.
If it doesn't work, then I can try to use it again
So what do you want the divine intervention to do?
I mean, like, I don't know if this would even like be possible as a divine intervention, but like ideally, I would want it to put her in like an unconscious state that I could keep her stabilized in.
So basically, you just
Like-
want to trick him, right? Basically, have her grant you a boon to basically make her seem like she's dead to everyone, but you know that she's not.
Like Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah.
Thy lips
I think
are
that's possible.
warm.
Okay.
Go ahead. What's your chance here? 18.
18%.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay.
Roll that D100.
Too
Wait.
bad we're not just.
But what is making her unconscious gonna do for us other than
They'll get the guy to leave us. it'll
Yeah,
get
basically,
him to leave
it will
us
be like a
alone.
magical unconsciousness that will make her seem like she's actually dead, and will trick him.
That's still gonna make a bunch of enemies for us, but okay.
Not if nobody.
Yes,
finds
Raia
her.
is still trying to play it both ways.
Look, I just. Okay. I don't think there's anything that can be done for this role to
I
make
don't
it
think so.
any different. Why didn't you just make us level 20, Caleb, and this would just succeed?
That's why I didn't.
Okay. No.
Nope.
Okay, so that doesn't work.
Yeah, I mean, the moon wisdom is like, no.
No.
You gotta figure this out by yourself, Raia.
Okay.
Don't drag me into
Don't
this.
drag
I don't
me
want to
into
deal
this,
with him.
yeah. So if you're like hesitating at all here, she's probably gonna say like, Raia,
Like, I feel like it's very clear on my face that, like, I don't want to do this.
Yeah, but she has had the Greymo worm
know.
tongue effect on her, right? So she's like,
You know.
I don't think I can trust you, Raia. What's going to happen when all of this is over? You're just going to let them come in and take over, just like the Seven Serpents did, aren't you?
No, that's not my intention.
I mean, not your intention, but I'm pretty sure it's Navarro's.
It's definitely Navarro's, yeah.
And the
I
other
mean,
guy.
like,
We haven't thought
look,
of him.
in that case, she should, like, can she not just use her insight to see that I'm telling her the truth?
I think we have to play the conversation out a bit before you can get that
No.
point.
I mean, that's the thing, and this is something that Atabai mentioned. He's like, it's not necessarily them; it's everyone else. Like that's the thing. She's like, yeah, her intentions are fine, but what about everyone else? Like, can you stop them from doing it? So maybe she'd bring
But
that
the
up.
thing with her, I mean, I don't know. I think for Keat Lolly's sake, I mean, Keat Lolly's mind right now, this was just bad timing, and so she immediately is dumping Raia in that category.
Especially since she just asked her, "Hey, can I kill you?
Can I kill you? I promise I'll bring you back. Pinky, I swear.
Right.
Promise."
I just kind of go like, look, I don't know what I'm supposed to do in this situation. If no matter what I choose, we're losing people. And, you know, if we lose this, everything's over. It doesn't matter who is alive to fight or not.
Okay, make it persuasion.
Jeez.
Oh,
Can I guide myself with this?
I don't think so. I think she's going to be more suspicious if you just randomly cast a spell.
Oh, no,
Ooh.
another
Can't roll.
10?
Another 10. Yeah, she shakes her head slowly, and she says, I'm sorry, Raia. This is your problem, not mine. And she walks away.
No, she doesn't walk away.
Okay, what do you do?
Are you guys like in a room alone together? Like, where are you at with this woman?
I assume they're out in the garden, right? It's pretty big.
But like, I didn't want to be like totally out in the open.
Okay, then you can set the scene. She wouldn't have been immediately suspicious if you said, I want to meet this place.
I mean, this
Yeah,
is Ziggurat. She could
Just
walk
somewhere like
there.
not out in the open. So if she agrees to letting me kill her, it's people don't look
Right.
at me killing her.
Let's say it's like a side room in X's palace, right? So yeah, she goes to the door. She's like, I'm done with this conversation.
She's so powerful.
Yes, counterspell.
Yeah, she could just insta counterspell whatever you're gonna try to do.
Ugh.
But you know what? One thing you do have that could probably override whatever she has,
The orb.
specifically Avatar State Orb, Guardian State.
Oh, this is just like when Isaac betrayed them.
I know exactly.
Why are you making me do this, Caleb?
I'm giving you a hard choice. That's what role playing games are
know.
about.
No, it's about having fun with your friends.
Sure.
Jeez, Caleb.
The hard
This
choice
is how I
should
have
be-
fun.
The hard choice,
Okay.
Caleb, the hard choice should be: should I cast Fireball at 7th level or 6th level?
Yeah, I guess I'll try and do the stupid orb
All right.
thing.
Roll that insight check. Let's go.
Don't worry, it's gonna be another 10. Oh, it can't be a 10. It can only be a 12 lowest. So that's good at least. 14.
Oh my god!
Dang.
What the heck?
You literally rolled a 2.
I literally I just can't roll tonight.
She's rolled lower than before. She rolled a 3, a 3, and a 2.
I literally just don't even know what to do at this point, right? It's just
boy.
I'm so exhausted and we have not even started yet.
So let's do this first. You go into the orb, right? And for a moment, it's...
Because time stops when I go into the orb now.
I
again,
think
right?
it does. Yeah, I think we did
Yeah.
say that, yeah.
So perfect. I have all the time in the world.
Exactly, right? So,
Here.
but the thing is, like, Isaac, like, you tap into the orb, right? And then you're
Mhm.
with Isaac in, like, the throne room or wherever. Let's say you're in the tower again, right? That's where he, like, on the top of the tower. Where the orb was originally. And he's staring out over the ocean. And he glances at you and he says, "Do you realize what you're doing?"
And I just look at him and I'm like, no, I don't know what I'm doing right now.
You're making the same choice that I did.
And I just kind of am like, do you regret it?
He, like, gives you, like, a glare, like, are you kidding me?
Like,
He's directly responsible for,
I need him to say it to me.
yeah. Okay, so he says, and I'm trying to remember what the exact timeline of this is, because he was, like, the last guardian of the orb. But did she, the Jade Skirt, take the orb after? I think it was after, right? I think it was Isaac who gave it to her. I think that was the whole
That's what I
point.
thought too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Okay, I think I got the
Oh,
timeline
sure.
mixed up in my head for a second there, but yeah, I think that's what it was, because that's why he betrayed, because he got seduced by She the Jade Skirt and became part snake and then gave the orb to her. Yeah, it was this whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he looks at you and he says, "Are you kidding me? Raia, I'm responsible for all of this. I drowned the Genasi kingdom. I betrayed everything I had sworn to protect. I betrayed my god, the people who I'd come to love, and I gave the orb to her. I am the reason you are here right now, because of my mistakes. Are you going to do the same exact thing? Betray these people? Sure, they're not all good people either. No one is. But this choice, Raia, you are so close. You are so close to being truly noble. I'm seeing it in you. But if you make this mistake, if you go down this road, it won't stop until you're drowned by blood." Let the verdict walk away. Do the right thing, even if it might kill everyone.
And I just like boom out of the orb.
Yeah.
And like as she's walking away, I'm just like call out to her and I'm like, Kilali, with like my hands up. I'm
Yeah.
just like,
She has, like, her hand on the door handle or whatever, right? And looks back at you.
I just symbolically like want to like toss the diamond to her
Right.
and be like, I'm not gonna do it.
Trying to think. I feel like there's not a roll here.
No, I mean
But,
I've rolled.
Yeah,
so
you've
poorly.
already rolled several.
I
things
just
and
like toss the diamond to her and just say like, I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna send them away.
And she frowns for just a moment, like maybe she was wrong, and then she, like, shakes it off. She's like, "No, I'm still right." So she grabs the diamond and then leaves. But she still has, like, this, like, "Yeah, that's right. I just told that colonial, yeah."
Okay, cute lolly. I go out into like the middle of the area.
Mhm.
And I use thaumaturgy.
Okay.
And I literally just like, I'm like, okay, we're just gonna get it out in the open. And
Oh no!
no, I'm just gonna send away all the people and just kind of be like, and say in the middle of there with thaumaturgy to like show that like, hi, I'm announcing this to everyone. No, I really am sending everybody away.
Yeah.
So I just stand in the middle and I say, members of the verdict, thank you for your time here. I appreciate the effort that has been made to come help. But if you are loyal to him and the verdict, and him only, we no longer require your services. I am regrettably no longer a part of the verdict.
I've just handed in my resignation letter.
Yes.
Yeah. So the assumption with all of this, right, is that if you're in the verdict, you're in there because you're loyal to the verdict, right? That's even though it's like to be, especially for someone who's been in the verdict for a while, to not be part of the verdict would be such a horrible fate that like people just don't do that. So I assume, and obviously you guys still have agency over those characters, but that Adeline and Sayori take off.
Wait,
Mira?
does Adeline know who he is?
Him? Yeah.
Okay, she's gonna go have a few choice words with him.
And you will, but like at the end of the day, he's gonna be like, "Nope,
Okay,
we're leaving." Sort of.
I
thing.
figured that would be the case,
But that makes sense. Yeah, I feel like Adeline would do that.
You will hear you will hear like Adeline screaming. It's like
Yeah. Yeah.
And I just kind of like, after I say that and like give a little pause for everybody to digest, I just like start again and say like, we are here fighting for the people of the world, but also the people of this land. And then I just like step away. And like, that's all I say.
Yeah. So real quick then, Mira and Sayori, they leave, Alyssa?
I think Sayori would, because she's very new to the verdict, so she's like,
Yeah.
okay, and I don't
I
think
guess
she
that's
really
what we do, yeah.
understands like what's going on. Mira, I don't think so.
She might be done.
Think
Yeah.
so. I think she might be like, honestly, like I'm here to prove myself, and like I'm here to like take down that guy that like killed me and almost killed my friends. Like,
wait.
You know, like,
and obviously that means Akashi has to leave the verdict after just having to join it to do this whole thing. So that's going to have ramifications for you too. Like you're basically now enemies of the verdict. But yeah, you can do it.
Yeah. And then I also just kind of like look over to him and just like not using thaumaturgy, just kind of like shout over and just kind of like, I made my choice.
Yeah.
Bye.
He nods, like in respect, like, wow, that's a gutsy move, but you did it.
I want to do one more thing with Adeline real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Adeline's going to run up to Navarro.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to say, give me the apple.
I think he looks kind of sad, and he looks over at you and he says, yeah, sure. And he literally like reaches into his bag and just gives you it.
She's going to take it. She's like, she's going to just pocket. She's not going to do it yet. She's going to be very...
Can I make a perception check as Ari?
Yeah, because everybody is
sure.
probably like trying to figure out what the heck is going on here.
Yeah,
I did
go
not
make a perception
consult anybody.
Okay.
Now I think it's enough.
Can I reroll?
Yeah, with lucky, yeah.
Lucky.
Dang it.
No. But the thing is, so this happens, right? The verdict starts moving away. But what happens is, and I don't think you guys thought this through, I didn't really think it through into just this moment. Navarro walks up to you, Raia, and he says, I'm so sorry.
No, I thought that through. I was like, Navarro's gone.
Yeah.
We thought this through already.
And
Okay,
I
just making sure.
I just kind of look at him and I go, he asked me to do something I can't do.
And he's looking at you like, I really respect you, but like I can't make the same gut gut wrenching moral move.
And Ari's just like, I'm sorry, what's happening?
And I just kind of like look at Navarro and I go, I hope we're all alive tomorrow to see each other again.
Do you want to try to convince him here to like stay?
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know what else to say, like, besides just kind of like, hi. Yes, if we lose this battle, everything is over. Just like to remind you, I'm making my stand because like this is, we need the people of this land, like, this is what's right. We can't make the same mistake that happened centuries ago.
Yeah, he's just shaking his head and he's like, Raia, that's not even what I was here to do. Like, it's noble of you to try to save the world.
I take Navarro's shoulders and I just go, is this what I was here to do?
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you think I came here for? Not this.
Okay, make that persuasion check. Is Navarro going to be the bigger man or not?
With my rolls, probably not.
Oh! Nice!
24. Of course, that's what happens.
And of course, the opposite one was a nat 1. So luckily, no disadvantage.
When it mattered the most.
Yes.
Yeah, and this is the thing, right? We know from the very beginning, right? Raia was like specifically chosen by Navarro. Like he also respected Ari a lot, but like Navarro and Raia, they always like understood each other, right? From the very beginning of the game, Navarro was like, Raia's my gal. Like she is the person I need to like help me do this. And so to have you, like, because of what you've been doing, like you literally gave up all ambition you've ever had to like just do this. And so I think, yeah, he just like looks up in the air and just like rolls his eyes and sighs, and he just says, oh, bleep it. And then he just looks over at him and then just says, I've wanted to do this for a long, long time. And he just like double flip off to him.
I mean, technically Navarro's already done his favor. So, I mean,
But he's still,
I guess
yeah, but like he loses access to all the resources. So that means
Right.
Lucy and Damon basically leave because
Oh, they're part of the verdict?
I don't think they're part of the verdict.
Didn't seem like it.
I thought that they were like considered Navarro's people.
Yes.
So,
Yeah,
like-
this will have more long-term consequences for him. Like he'll be losing resources and money, and maybe won't be able to pay for people like them in the future. But
Wait,
for now, yeah, they'll stay.
I will say this though.
Yeah, that's probably what it is, right? He probably funded his funds to like
Exactly.
keep Lucy.
Yeah, this is and so basically Navarro is in a position right now because he's done this. If he doesn't get a stake in the land here before he leaves, he is done for. Like, and even then, like, it's impossible. This has ruined him forever, and he will never be able to survive.
I mean, if he doesn't help, there might be not anything to survive.
It's true.
So.
I mean, that's the big thing. And then like with him like siding with me and leaving the verdict, like Raia's gonna like Raia will help him out as much as she can.
Awesome. Cool.
Here's the thing, though.
He chose her over them, at least.
Okay, real quick, we
Be
should
like,
catch up.
wow, you chose me, but Sabu didn't.
Okay, I will say this though, because here's the thing. This probably happened right after Adeline asked for the
real quick.
I would say this would probably happen right after Adeline asked for the apple back. So she probably heard this. And here's the thing. She will not be bested by Navarro.
Yeah.
So she hears this, she goes, no. She turns around. You will not have the moral high ground over me.
And then I think so. Real quick, I think he understands what's about to happen here, and so he wants to play into it. So he like looks at you and he says, "That's right, Adeline. For once in my pitiful excuse for a life, I win."
No, you do not win in this.
Raia's just looking at them arguing, very confused, like not understanding what's going on.
I guess I'm going to save the world, and you're going to have to go back and lick your master's heels. I'm a free man now, Adeline.
She's gonna punch him in the face.
Okay, sounds good. He takes it. Yeah, I mean, he's like, oh, yep, that's a good punch.
And you know what she's gonna do? She's gonna, dang it, I didn't want this to happen. But she's gonna take the freaking apple, throw it at Ari and say, keep it. She's like, I will not be bested by this lowlife person.
Awesome.
She's like, I have to one up him.
Okay.
So let's catch up, Jordan, real quick on everything that's happened. Emily, would you like to give the recap?
Yeah, so I took Keep Lolly aside and I was like, yo girl, can I just kill you real quick and I'll bring you back with this diamond in a couple hours and make you stabilize? And she was like, no, you can't do that. I don't trust you. You can't just come in here and kill all of us and colonize us. And I'm like, that's not what I'm doing. And she's like, okay. And then I tried divine intervention and that didn't work. And then I tried to be in the orb Super Saiyan state and that didn't work. And then I went into the orb and Isaac was like, you idiot, like, don't do this. And I'm like, okay, Isaac. So then I announced in front of everyone, like, yo, Verdict, please leave. We don't want you anymore. But I convinced Navarro, not Mickey, rip Mickey. I convinced Navarro to stay, and now Adeline is like, I'm staying too.
We also said, so Alyssa said that Mira would stay as well, and Akashi just got part of the verdict. So I mean, and if Mira's gonna stay, I assume Akashi stays too.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. The thing with that though is that you basically are now enemies of the verdict because you kind of like double cross them.
It's fine.
Mira already died, so her thing is just, she's like, technically, I already served my term because I died, so you technically, I think Mira says that. She's like, you have no...
This is a magical world. The verdict definitely has a clause in there somewhere where it's like, resurrection doesn't count.
Yeah.
I don't... There's no contract that she's signed. It's just it's all verbal agreements in this world, I'm sure. Anyways, so...
And Raia's honestly just like, honestly, if I get whatever punishment it happens, at least the world exists.
Adeline's just
one day I'll just die and get to be with Cebu alone.
Yeah. Maybe one day I'll just get to die. What a peaceful thing that might be.
If we can actually save the world and save whatever's beyond.
Yeah.
So yeah, that happens.
Okay, so we've got Adeline, Mira, and Akashi are still there, but all the other...
And Navarro.
And Navarro are all... Okay, so that actually wasn't as bad of a loss as we could have had.
And all of Navarro's men, I'd imagine.
Yeah, Navarro's men still stay, obviously.
Yeah. They're all here. So basically, the only people we lost was Sayori,
and then you were going to have the additional help of Yi and Twig Snap, which, I mean, Yi especially would have been very helpful.
Twig Snap is level 7.
But, like, Yi has, like, weird magical curse stuff going on, so.
It also could have hurt us, though. If we've learned anything from
you just throw her in the middle of everyone.
This is just a really interesting concept to me, though, that, like, him does not... he probably feels not as powerful as, like, he's, like, I'm sorry. What?
Obviously, no. So this is the thing. He definitely respected Raia's decision, and I think you can see. I mean, this is a guy who can like rewind time and stuff. So like he even if he does feel that way, he certainly doesn't show it, right? So he's just like very calm, cool, collected, and he says very well, and like leaves with.
And that's like, yeah, Yi will follow him too because she understands his power. So she's like, well, if he's not rewinding to make this any different, then it must be fine.
Yep.
Adeline's just too prideful to let Navarro best her.
Yeah. That was definitely foreshadowed, and I liked it a lot. So that was fun.
Yeah, but I mean, because there's definitely consequences to this right now. Kate Lolly definitely does not trust us as much anymore, and we lost a couple of people, so definitely some consequences. But
could have been much worse. But
could have been much worse for sure.
Adeline's a fighter.
Cool. So, I mean, beyond that, that's honestly like the one thing I actually had, like, this is a thing that happens and that they need to take care of. Other than that, it's just prep stuff. So, what do y'all got?
Okay. Logistically, I need... We talked about before that somebody can crush some of the gemstones for me to make a second Heroes Feast bowl.
Ought to buy, I think, yeah.
I have those. Another thing, very important thing that we forgot about, and I was going to ask about earlier. It's something we've already taken care of. We just need to solidify it. Who grabbed the body? The old god's body.
Nobody did.
Nobody, right?
Oh,
no.
You hit it, I thought.
No, but we were going to get it.
Well, we talked about it. I don't think it ever got set in stone.
I mean, like, we don't know that you were going to get it. Like, you didn't tell us anything.
That would have been a you thing.
No, I thought we had talked about this.
No.
No.
You could have your army.
Yeah.
You could have your army bring it.
I would have sent someone to bring it. I just wanted to solidify that because I know that was a plan.
Sure. Yeah, you can have a body of a goddess on just hidden in a closet somewhere for safekeeping.
I would
Shove it
explain
in
to
the locker.
I would explain to Raia also what I found. Like
About the goddess's body?
well, yeah, saying like, hey, if we need some bait or something to get him, because I thought we had discussed this because we were going to put the apple inside of it to trick him to eat it.
Yeah, but we
And
don't
then-
want him to eat the apple.
Okay.
Now.
That's
Yeah,
what we
now
just
you don't- now
discussed. Yeah.
To be fair, Atabai really hasn't been part of the planning process in most.
You've been secretly gathering an army to use for
Yeah, but
yourself
like
later.
it was never a discussion between characters about the body.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
and on that note, it will be there in case we need it for some reason.
I have a question about
yeah.
the whole thing that happened with the Ham from the verdict.
Yeah.
So, was it ever explained as to why he wanted her dead? Was that ever?
He basically just explained like from his perspective, he was saying like the future won't be right without her dead. Like she needs to die for the future to be right. But Raia did an insight on him, and it was basically like that for his future, like that he's personally invested in this girl's death because if she survives, then bad things are going to happen for him in the future.
Maybe she'll replace him, and then the verdict no longer has a problem with us, which would be nice. Fingers crossed. Knock on wood.
All I'm saying is that he has to die now.
Good
Okay.
luck with that.
So
It doesn't have to be
then
us.
Wiseman in general.
with everybody around, I feel like I could probably get enough resources to do this for symbol. So it's mercury, phosphorus, powdered diamond, and opal with a total value of at least 1,000 gold pieces. So it doesn't need to be like 1,000 worth of opal or diamond or something. It can be like one tiny diamond, one tiny opal, and a bunch of phosphorus or something. Like,
Yeah.
We've got 10,000 worth of just random gems.
What does symbol do?
So symbol, it costs 1 minute for me to. I'm putting it in here. It's really long. Basically, I put a glyph somewhere and say how it's going to be triggered.
Ooh. You set up a trap for him.
People have to, make saves once they enter the radius, or else things happen depending on what kind of symbol I make.
Okay.
Which, like, I'm assuming he could just use legendary resistance to do whatever, but like that'll at least burn something.
Yeah. So what are you gonna do for that? So the situation in terms of like the battlefield, right? You guys are on this map, right?
Top of wherever.
You guys can see this map?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is like the center of the whole battlefield. So the rest of this is like, clearing, various like clearing, but also like it's a garden, right? So it's like paths and stuff, but it's like jungly garden sort of thing. So yeah, this top thing isn't there, right? That would be when he shows up, that will appear. So if you wanted to put it like, I don't know, like right here or something, might make sense.
Yeah, just somewhere that is within, like within 60 feet, I think.
Okay.
We'll get him.
Let me go ahead and put that on the map right now. So what do you want it to do?
I want it to do, let me make sure that it's, do I have the information if he, like what thing he might be better at, wisdom versus con?
Make an Arcana check.
I mean, she's with people who fought him, so she
take advantage.
Possibly do an advantage. Yeah, okay.
Arcana with advantage.
Yeah.
Can I guide myself for this?
Sure.
If I'm trying to think about this.
What do you have in Arcana?
19.
Okay.
19. Honestly, it's a crapshoot either way. You think it won't matter?
So I will do pain. Each target must make a con save throw and become incapacitated with excruciating pain for 1 minute. So they would become incapacitated for 1 minute on a failed save.
Cool. Go ahead and pop a little pain symbol there. I'm just gonna go ahead and give it a nameplate. Pain symbol.
So I have that set up. And that's, from what I understand, like it's like I would say that I'd want it to be triggered by let's see, activated I'll just say it's like triggered unless they say the triggered the password.
Right.
Which is I make the password.
You don't have to pick a password. You can just say a password.
That'd be fun to know it.
I know, but look, I'm trying to have fun with my friends. That's what role playing is about. So I want to pick a fun word, okay? The password is suffering.
Yes.
So I just I use my thaumaturgy to say, I have placed a symbol here. If you come near it, say the word suffering. So you are not incapacitated with pain and also waste a bunch of resources.
Nice.
Great.
What else you got? Where are you setting up various people? Could you assume that Maziel is also going to teleport his stuff in here at some point?
Yeah.
So
you don't
we're
know
assuming pretty much the
but...
whole battle is going to be here.
So the reason I
have
so basically what I have here, right? So I have this, and this will be obviously where her body is. So this is going to be where a lot of the fighting is going to be occurring, which is why I have this specific map. But then I basically just have a whole bunch of other jungle maps that I have here ready to go, so that at any point I can just say, okay, you go to this other part of the garden and now fight. We'll put some people there.
I would try and make sure that all the healers are spread out. If we have any healing people from different parties.
Yeah, sure.
Just to make sure we don't have people.
You know what? Let's do this. I think the main part of this would be maybe someone make a roll to do good strategy.
What kind of roll is that?
Some intelligence thing. Maybe history, I guess, is probably the closest.
I've got a +10 to history with Adeline. Oh, but I have a guaranteed 19 with history on Atabai. Which is
Atabai is also kind of in charge of the armies, so that makes sense.
Yeah, I will guide you. I will guide you for an extra D4. And if we're all collaborating, can you get advantage?
Sure. Yep. There's plenty of people to help him with this. So
okay. So this plus a D4.
Yep. Good. Nice. Good 20.
22.
23.
23.
Okay. Not as good as it could be, but
that's not history.
Oh, frick. Oh. I pressed the wrong one. They're both the same modifier.
Yeah, just leave it then.
Okay.
Yep, 23. Okay, sounds good. I'll note that for the final victory point count. So the way that I think I'm going to do this is there's going to be stuff that will... Obviously, there's the initial encounter with Knock Knight, and we'll see how that goes. But there's also going to be stuff during the fight, specific things that I know you guys will probably have to take care of. Right? Things that'll pop up during this giant conflict that will maybe pop around to and see. And basically, it's if there's going to be various things happening, and I'm going to tally victory points based on all of your allies and stuff so far, but then also how much you actually do in the main combat itself, right? What things you take care of, this thing is happening with this part of the army over here, and they're having difficulties. If you send someone over there to fix it, that sort of stuff. And then we'll have a final victory point count, which will determine how well the battle goes overall. But obviously, the end fight, between the main villains, that'll be just on you guys to do your thing. So,
right. Yes. I'm assuming there's a whole separate countdown for if she has J-Skirt actually.
Right. Yeah. There's going to be stuff there for sure.
When Maziel shows up.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to have to make a timer count or a turn count for when things actually happen in what order. So,
do we have an idea?
Oh, go ahead. Sorry, I was just gonna say I have a thing to kind of do last. So if anybody else has other stuff,
I was just gonna say, do we have an actual plan? Because here's the thing: we do know that what's what I'm looking for. We do know that Knock Knight's not just going to go down. If we kill him, he's just going to come back.
That's what I'm wondering too. Now that the whole apple thing is out, because that was the whole thing, right? Was that the apple was going to make him mortal. Mm-hmm. So do we have something that would actually kill him? That's really the
we need.
And there's also the thing about She the Jade Skirt. One thing that had been talked about. Remember, like if you actually do have to fight her, how to make her vulnerable. And one thing that was talked about is changing something about her, getting her to do something, or act a certain way or whatever to like be against one of her aspects, which are water and fertility. You know, so that's something to keep in mind as well. That can make her vulnerable if you actually do have to fight her.
Ooh, put on the fire genasi cloak on her.
Ooh. Okay. Let me look and see if there's anything that I.
Who was the fire genasi cloak again? Who did we give it to?
Oh, we gave it to Kate Lally.
Okay, I couldn't.
She has Toity stuff. Like he would have wanted.
Yes, it's so true.
The first thing that I can think of possibly killing Knock Knight is if I deal the final blow with Disintegrate.
Yeah.
That's true. Because here's one thought
then he can only be restored to life by means of true resurrection or a wish spell.
So I don't know. Let's double check if Lich magic counteracts that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna know how that works.
One thing I was going to say is, I am training. There's a reason I wanted to train a bunch of people with Eldritch Blast. Essentially, he teleports right there, gets hit with a billion Eldritch Blasts all at the same time. That could potentially take, because that's the thing. He did, like, and Adelie knows this. He went down quickly.
Yeah, he doesn't have a lot of hit points, actually. It's just like he has some strong stuff and he's got a whole undead army. That's really what he has going for him.
And that's the thing. Adelie knows we need to take him down quickly so he can't do power word kill again. So I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Like, how do we actually keep him down? That's why there was the whole idea of like having him eat something that would make him mortal.
Yeah. But Adeline has determined that that's not actually what's gonna happen.
Potentially. It sounds like the death apple might work a little better.
I'm just worried because he literally is death, that it's just gonna actually like make his powers better. Like I just don't think it's gonna have a good effect. I know that there's more aspects than like because it's all three, right? So it might do something negative to him, but it also might do it might, you just never know. So I would just rather not take the chances.
Have we ever figured out
if disintegrate him? That'd be great.
Is there any chance that we figured out whether it's a lich situation?
I think you basically did know that it is a lich.
Okay, so we just need to find the phylactery.
You know what the phylactery is.
Phylactery.
It's specifically when he teleports in here, it's just going to be that temple, that very top part of the temple. So you figure out some way to destroy that.
Well, that's where She the Jade Skirt is. So
yeah.
I mean, yeah, disintegrating him is a good option to actually kill him, but to actually kill him, you're still going to have to destroy the phylactery somehow.
Which was the entire plane. And how do you destroy a plane of existence?
Well, one way is to let She the Jade Skirt do what she's going to do, but...
Yeah, but we don't want to do that.
Just saying.
Well...
I'm sure Darius could do it.
Yeah, I was about to say, Darius does have some...
That honestly, that sounds like the best plan is to try to disintegrate him as quickly as possible, and then have Darius just do weird transcendence magic to just try to destroy the plane.
Well, so...
Which, if he did it, it would also destroy She the Jade Skirt's body. So
I think what I would do to destroy it is essentially try to... Because not only can I plane shift, but I can cycle shift now. So the idea would be, okay, I want to take this entire plane and I want to cycle shift the plane of existence to a cycle that doesn't exist, like outside of the cycles.
Yeah, what you would do, Darius, is you would try to jaunt it into the 375th cycle, which doesn't exist, right?
Stack overflow, crash.
You try to do what She the Jade Skirt is going to do with the whole universe with just that plane. That could work. Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool.
It's crazy. So crazy.
It's so crazy.
Might
Work. I forgot about that movie.
So wait, so Atabai, you tell everybody about this goddess body that you have, or you just tell
God
Raia? God
The God
bod.
bod.
I would tell. I mean, I would tell Raia.
Been working on them.
Well,
dude.
actually, because I'm assuming we're all planning this together. Like we probably have like this.
Yeah.
That is a good
last-
question, Raia. What's the actual war council look like? Who do you allow at this thing?
obviously our whole crew.
Mm-hmm.
And then I feel like kind of like one representative from each group.
That makes
So,
sense.
like Navarro, Adeline, Uretzi, if
Yeah.
she wants to be a part of it.
Yeah, sure.
Ix, Monet,
Probably Tapayaxi's larva mage guy.
yeah, Larva Mage, Superb Owl,
Yeah, survival obviously has to be there. Yeah.
Keezing and Keat Lolly.
Okay. Would Zaman? I assume Zaman would also be there. He'd want to be there too,
Oh, yeah.
And then X.
I forgot to write Zaman's name down.
like usual. But yes,
Like,
X
like
would be
how
there
we
too.
always treat him in combat.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Oh, Zaman's there. Just kidding.
Except for that one combat, but it actually wasn't him.
Yeah.
So then, can I assume that everyone at this council then knows everything about the plan?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really see like
There wouldn't be
there's
anything
reason
you'd
to
hide.
anything.
Okay. Would you just have all of the verdict people there? Would there be any reason not to have them? They're all like high level adventurers.
Oh yeah, sure.
Plus, we all fought Knock Knight before.
Right, exactly. Like I feel like Mira and Akashi have good things to say in this conversation too. So, but that also means if you do mention Ontabai that you have a god body, that means Mira knows, and if you say what goddess it is, she knows who that is because it's the one who stole her original body.
Yeah. I guess. Yeah, I just mentioned.
I'm
like,
sorry,
hey,
you have whose body now?
Exactly. I don't know if that even goes anywhere necessarily, but
I don't think Mira cares. She has a brand new body.
it's true. It's true.
Yeah, I don't.
Cool,
think
cool.
Mira
Good enough.
How is Mira liking her new body?
I don't think she cares. As long as it can do the same things the old body did, it's good enough for her.
Oh,
If anything, it's better because now I'll live longer. So,
All right, because you're an elf, aren't you now?
yeah, I'm a full elf now.
Mhm.
I think one of the reasons Mira left the verdict too was because she's like, yeah, now we don't have to hide the fact that like we're married and stuff now. Like,
Yeah.
we're good.
Our Mira and Akashi just holding hands all the time now because they never were able to
barf.
before.
Ugh, gross.
I'm just gonna. I don't think Mira would or Akashi would really be the kind of people to do that. But
So I think what we can do is, since everybody who is at this war council meeting would be the people I'd be choosing. I don't think there's anybody else. The board council meeting will take place while we are heroes feasting. So I set up
nice.
2 heroes feasts. And then
And this is actually probably like it probably ends up turning somewhat happy, right? Like there must be some part of this where like you guys are enjoying the food and are making jokes or something, right? Like I feel like it eventually gets to that point where because at some point the impending doom of the universe, like you have to break the tension somehow with a fart joke, right? So
yeah, so I guess I'd probably like start the little meeting with going like, everyone, thank you so much for being here and all of the sacrifices you have made individually to get to this point. Obviously, this is a big thing we're trying to do, and I feel like it's obviously acknowledged that we might not all make it, and maybe the whole world won't make it, but we're going to do our best, and that's all we can do at this point. I think all of our plans have mostly been made. So now let us feast together on our battle eve. And I just kind of am like, look at what I've created.
And you magically conjure a hero's feast.
Yes, and I will have tried to make like the foods that I know are like delicacies from everybody's culture that I've seen as I've traveled around, and anybody's favorite food that I know about, and yes.
You have a pitcher full of Navarro's tears? That's amazing.
So wait, what does Heroes Feast do? Is it like
I was wondering.
So
is that an actual thing?
everyone that I mentioned before, so all the leaders plus, I guess if we're doing this like two, I included Damien and Lucian as well.
All the people who aren't just stat blocks.
Literally like all of the big people get Heroes Feast. Takes 1 hour to consume, and then after that, you're cured of all diseases and poison, become immune to poison and being frightened, make all wisdom saves with advantage, and your hit point max increases by 14. That was pretty good.
So it's like the equivalent of getting 14 temporary hit points that are
Yes.
for like
I mean,
24 hours.
doesn't this maximize like with all the other healing spells?
It's hit points maximum.
But you gain this is the same number of hit points, so I'd assume.
I mean, it does say your hit point maximum increases by 2d10, so I mean.
It says when you would normally roll one or more dice to restore hit points.
Yeah, I think because of the way it's worded, it actually doesn't count here. You would have to roll because it increases the maximum first, and then you gain the same number of hit points.
This isn't like restoring anything.
Yep, that makes sense.
So it's temporary hit points, but it's a temporary increase. So even if you lose the 14, if it's still within 24 hours from now, you can heal up that 14 as well.
I'm just putting minus 14 in temporary hit points to remember. Not that this is gonna matter after this. I mean, after this, our hit points won't matter because we won't be playing these characters anymore.
True.
Yeah, I'm just putting 14 under temporary.
That is.
Do you want to go ahead and roll a persuasion check for me, Raia? I'm just curious how your like speech here and the feast itself and the effort you put into making everybody's cultural foods, like just see how well everybody gets along during this.
Do I get anything for that?
Just you take advantage. Sure.
Okay. 23.
Ooh, nice.
Wow, what is with the crit fails on the other side over here, just taunting us?
I don't want to talk about it, okay?
Yeah, I mean, so Raia, do you feel good about the decision you made?
Which one?
The verdict one.
I don't know if I feel good about it. Like after Isaac like was laying into me, I'm like, okay, yeah, this is the right thing to do. I don't know if I believe it's the right decision to win.
Yeah.
But I understand that it was the right thing to do.
Cool.
But once like as I said in my speech, this is like we're done. This is it.
Yeah.
We've made our choices and hopefully we don't all die.
Sounds good. All right, is there any other last stuff? Do we need to wrap up, or is that it?
I feel like Ari would try to, like in the next, like the past, like 2-3 days, try to find some new way of being with Mickey, but I don't know what that would be.
I know.
Okay.
So Ari, let's say you're talking with one of the coatls, right? Because I think, I don't know how it happens exactly, but one of the coatls ends up finding you. And
well, probably ask them if they could protect the tree after this and like go to the cave.
That's okay, perfect. That's exactly where I was going with this. So they're talking to you about that. They say like, what? Like they're trying to like understand like what you're talking about. And then when you explain it all to them, they're like, whoa, like you found the Temple of Xibalba, the piece that transports itself everywhere. And I think one of them lets slip a casual remark about, oh, I was there when the god of death used it to go to the soul realm to talk to like recruit the void dragons. And then a thought probably comes to your mind, Ari. You're like, wait a second. Raia, like, has power over that temple thing. Like, I could just right now, I could just like go see him. Like, I could just get in the little temple and just like use it as a spaceship, basically, to like plane shift myself, right? Like to Xibalba whenever I want to. I'm just curious what you do with that information.
I mean, nothing now because, I mean, she's, he and I both agreed saving the world first. So I think at this point, she's just trying to gather information so that way after the battle's over, she can be like, ideas.
Exactly. Yeah. So, and the Coatls, I think, explain to you, or maybe they just talk about it or whatever, but I think you get the sense that you could probably like control it yourself because of the thing you did with the tree. Like you could probably actually call it yourself. Like you have enough of a connection with it now.
Yeah. Well, I also just have teleport to go there.
Also true for sure.
Yeah.
But we know how that works.
But like for the
but
way
I literally have like a piece of
that's true.
Right. Like I would have taken something from there.
Yeah.
Well, you have the apple. It was taken from it just the other day. Adeline threw the apple at you.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Take
right.
it
That's true.
because she wanted to be better than.
But Ari would have taken something regardless. Like she would have taken some piece of plant or something or.
Yeah, but well, you have this now, so that's.
But now I have this too.
So, but I think just the thing that you get more than anything else is that like this is kind of, it's a piece of the mind realm. It's a piece of Xibalba, right? That like can be used as basically like a vehicle to like go places, and like because of the thing you did with the tree, you can use it to transport yourself places. Especially because I think you have the apple, right? You can probably use the apple itself to just be like, come to me, right? Like tree appear.
Got it.
So, yep.
Cool.
Yep.
Because I already have like plans for Ari that like I think she feels like at the end of the campaign, I mean, like she's obviously not thinking this, but just as player Alyssa, that she would be like the guardian of that temple for like the rest of her life, basically. Not letting people come in and just steal apples.
Adeline might have an issue with that.
So I think the only thing that I can think of that's like left is that there are two things, I guess, and both of them have to do with Ari, I guess, kind of. I don't know. Well, okay. I'll just explain. The first one was someone gonna like try to set up Navarro with X, like officially?
Oh, well, they've been talking, haven't they?
Yeah, but like I feel like there needs to be a role, right?
Well, Raia made the roll to get him to at least go talk to her.
Oh, right. Yeah, she did, didn't she?
Yeah, so now it's kind of like, okay, ball's in your court, woman. You go for it.
Okay, well, I'm just going to make a roll for her now, and we'll see how well that goes. The other thing I was thinking of is, Ari, you promised to try to help purify them to make them into people again.
I did, didn't I?
Yep.
I thought I said that was going to be after the battle, though.
I guess. I just realized we had forgotten about it. So, I mean, I don't think that's what we said originally, but thinking about it now, that's the obvious conclusion. But maybe she would want you to try it with the people who are already mostly human anyway.
I mean, I guess. I'm just worried something bad's going to go wrong with it. I'd rather do it afterwards. I'm pretty sure that's what I told her. I was like, I don't, I'd have to like,
Okay, X got a 17. Things are going well. Navarro's really confused about the whole situation. I don't think he still understands what her actual intentions are, but like they're getting along well for now. So I think the last thing we get is X, I think, goes up to you, Ari, and she says, well, the battle is tomorrow. I hope you get some rest, Ari.
Thank you, X.
And she looks at you and she says, I need to know that you'll be able to deliver on the promise you gave me. Not with Navarro, I think I've already begun wrapping him around my finger, but with my people.
Let's just put it this way. I was able to somehow diminish Tuhu Nabu to nothing, to dust. I was able to give the cursed sister the blessing. So as long as I live, I'll do my best to bring that promise to fruition.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh no. Why?
Because she might insist. She might insist to try it on some of them now.
Oh. Okay, fine. Oh, actually, that's not bad for me.
For you, yeah. Yeah, I mean, she's a demigod, so I don't think
how about does that roll good enough for me to just say, like, I'll try it on, like, one person tonight, because I don't want to, like, expend too much energy.
That makes sense. Okay, sure. So,
Just
she says, I need a test, Ari. I need to know that you can actually do it. I need hope.
Okay, I will try.
Who are you going to try with?
Great question. I mean, who does she want me to try it with, I guess, is because I don't care.
Do I know that this is going on? Can I, like, help you with something?
Maybe.
Like, I don't know what kind of role this is.
I mean, I don't think I'd hide it from anybody. Like, it's common knowledge that this is part of the deal.
What kind of role do you have to make?
An insight check.
Yeah,
Okay.
That's what you've been doing? Okay.
That's wisdom based, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm going to cast Enhance Ability on you.
Ooh.
And give you Owl's Wisdom. And you have advantage on wisdom checks.
Oh, thanks.
For the next hour.
Let's just say it's that, like, random guy who thought he was, or maybe he was in the past, a lord who was surrounded by his, like, knights. He walks over to you. He's like, so I hear that my lady has some blessing that you are going to give me. I don't know what it is, but she said it's going to be very powerful.
Well, it's worked in the past, so we'll see if it works now. She's just like, please, Dragonborn Jesus, like, help me cleanse these people.
All right. Go ahead.
Oh gosh.
With advantage, insight. Let's do it. 24.
24?
Nice.
Okay.
That should do it, right? That did it for Tuhunapu.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
so what he does is he suddenly, like, just it's more of a mental thing, right? Like, you place your hand on his head, and then suddenly he's just like he looked human, pretty much, right?
Right.
But now obviously something changes in his mental state, and he just starts, like, shaking, and he just says, "Oh God, what have I done?" And he looks at you and,
like, what's wrong?
I killed so many people. Why did you let you do this to me? I remember everything.
And can I make some?
X right there?
Good thing there's only one.
Say it again, Emily.
Is X right there, like, watching this happen?
I don't think so.
No, she wouldn't want to watch it happen.
I think
She wanted a test.
For
Like,
proof.
she's not gonna, like,
Yes.
seriously, like, that doesn't make
Okay,
sense.
she's just watching then,
Like, from the background.
but, like, doesn't have a whole lot of expression on your face.
So she just kind of, like, looks back at X, like, who's, like, off in the distance, like, what's your name? I think she just says.
Hernandez, I was a conquistador with a man named Garanay, and he came here, and we were promised gold, and then something happened, and I came through a door, and then he points at X, she made me into something horrible. Why did you do it? Why did she do it? Goddess of snakes, she twisted me. I have killed and devoured so many. I'm a monster.
I just want to like slap him and be like, get a hold of yourself, man.
And he just like grabs a knife from his belt and he just goes to like plunge it into his heart. Do you stop him?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, like no. I don't want to live.
What is happening? I'm like, so like I'm seriously like so confused. I'm like trying to like hold this guy back from like killing himself. I'm like, X, what is happening?
Yeah, and I think she walks over and the guy just like you probably just take the dagger from him and he's just whimpering on the ground like crying, and she says, "I was afraid of this. They're too broken. Your purification of them made them who they were. But what happened to them is deeper than all of this." She looks back at you and she says, "The only way to make these men whole again, the only way to make anything whole again, is to stop what she started, what they started. Make everything whole again."
She's just like, well, we better. Good thing I didn't do this on a bunch of your people, or else might have had a massacre on our hands.
Yes. And then I think she goes over to the guy and like touches his face, and then he just like slumps and like goes to sleep or whatever. She says, "Thank you, Ari. At least I know."
And she just says, I'm sorry. If we can redeem them, I will. But if it means that they're going to live like this, I don't know if it's a good idea.
The only way I would ask it of you is if we fixed everything anyway. Thank you for trying. And she looks haunted. And I think the only thing that I want to do last, like the very last thing. Yeah, Seth?
I just have something I wanted to do. Something small.
Go ahead. If you have something small to do.
I was just going to ask, can I
go ahead.
make an insight check on her real quick,
Yep.
just to be like how she's like feeling about this whole thing? 16.
I mean, she's
I think
haunted.
it's obvious, right?
Yeah, I mean, the obvious. You don't get anything deeper than that. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
So as things are kind of winding down and like the
Hero's Feast is finishing. Yeah.
Atabai is gonna go and find Teppan, and I won't talk to myself because I don't think I need to. But
yeah,
he's just gonna go up to him and say, "Teppan, if I don't make it," kind of just shows him the ring. "You know where to find me."
I don't know how would Teppan respond to that. I'm just curious, like what his actual mindset on this is.
I mean, I think Teppan would be like it's true. It's like if he kind of gets it. It's like in a sense. If there was Teppan realized at one point, Teppan's like, I don't want to be in this situation, but at the same time, like he's like, I don't want to be tied to him again, but at the same time, the least I can do is save someone else from getting him. You know,
That's fair. Yeah, that's fair. Yep, that seems like how Teppan would respond to that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Jordan, did you have anything?
Actually, on that note, sorry, real quick, Teppan might be like,
yeah,
it's not going to be me holding you if that's the case. That's why he's kind of like, that's fine. It's like you're free from me.
Yeah.
Especially since
I just don't want to be stuck in a ring. Help if I.
Yeah, it's like just please get me out of here if I'm stuck. I got you out. Please return the favor at least.
Yeah.
It's very lonely in here.
Yeah. Jordan.
It says.
So, is there a way? Like, has Darius actually shifted to a different cycle successfully before?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, do that right before a big battle. Yeah, technically you have like 2-3 days to kind of play with here. Like you could,
Yeah, could have done it before. Yeah.
Could have done it before.
Yeah, so basically my thought is Darius never really got to say goodbye to his parents.
Aww.
So he wants to see if he can basically have that
go to
goodbye.
a different cycle.
Go to a different cycle and have that goodbye. if he can like
Yeah, go ahead.
locate a cycle. So
Make that persuasion check.
Go to his cycle. Go to your cycle and say goodbye to your parents.
Well, I mean, I'm not sure if, but I'm not sure if Darius's parents are alive in that cycle.
I mean,
Like basically,
why not?
I mean, you're in charge of Darius canon in that cycle, so
Well, that's true.
it would be thematically appropriate, right? Because Darius in this cycle didn't get to say goodbye to his parents because they like disappeared as spirits.
Yeah.
But you for this Darius, it could be
Yeah.
I left that cycle. Like I didn't have anything to live for, but now that I'm thinking about it, I did leave one thing behind.
Yeah. Well, you know what? And actually, it makes sense. It could be like instead of the whole situation with his parents like actually being killed, it could be like there was this horrible thing, and like he has this voice, and he's like dealing with it and trying to deal with it, and then he just runs away from home.
Right. Yeah.
So
A different variation of that. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Cool. Make a persuasion check.
Oh man, I just don't want this
Take
to go
advantage.
really. Okay. Then I'll roll with it.
My gift to you.
Thank you.
Oh, nice.
22. Yeah, I mean, I think we have that scene. Where are they when you find them?
I think that they're back in their old home, and so Darius goes to his old house, and I don't know, maybe with cycle shifting you can jump around a little bit more with location.
Sure.
So he pays a visit to them, and
well, and that's the thing. The planet is spinning in a different.
Yeah,
it's in a different. Yeah, so you're appearing. Yeah. Anyway.
Cycles.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Darius just kind of sees them and just unloads everything. Not everything, but he just kind of goes into detail about what's going on, and that the final battle's kind of coming up, and he apologizes for running away from home.
I think it's literally like it's probably like you're explaining all of this to them, and they're just like staring at you, and then as soon as you like pause, it's like the Uncle Iroh scene where they just immediately just hug you, and they're like, you don't have to explain, you don't have to apologize, and then just like give you a big bear hug, right?
Bear hug because the mom was a druid.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So I think the I'm trying to think of like the very last thing he says with that. I think the last thing he tells them is something along the lines of, I used to wonder where I came from. I used to wonder when I shifted to that other place. I thought I belonged there, but in a strange sense I didn't. I was different. I couldn't figure out why. Now I know that you two are where I came from. I don't know what's going to happen next, but I'm going to do whatever I can.
We know you will, son. You always have in the past.
And I think he opens the portal to go back, and then just kind of turns and smile, like kind of barely smiles and nods at them, and then just goes back with determination.
Nice. So the thing I want to end with is
everyone dying.
Yeah, everyone just dies. Sorry, that's it. This is actually the last session turn, at least. No, so I think what we get is Zaman wakes up in the middle of the night. Right? We see him shifting, turning. And then we see like a tense scene of him like throwing on some clothes, like rushing over to wherever you are, Raia, and waking you up. He says, Raia.
That morning?
No. I saw something. The eye. He like holds it up. Do you remember when I told you that these were a matched set? Part of something bigger?
Yes.
Something's going to happen. Something bigger than even her awakening. And when it happens, you're going to have to be ready. The only way any of this ends. And he like gives you the eye. As if you finish it.
And just like nod and take it.
And I think we just cut the scene there, and I'll give you a little bit more information on that, like for you, Emily, of the stuff that he tells you. But like dramatically, that's where we like cut the scene. Cool. There you go.
Oh, guys.
I know. Saturday, it all ends, guys.
So what?
Wow.
Okay, real quick.
Including our
What are we
friendship.
doing?
No, just kidding.
What are we doing next Thursday, though? Then
Nothing.
Nothing.
So, yeah, just as a note to everybody, including anyone who happens to be watching the stream or whatever, I'm taking the month of June specifically off, but also for Terra Nullius, like I'm free. Basically, Saturday is last RPG for me for a while, because I'm gonna take some time here to make sure I get everything that I need to get done in time for the wedding, and then June I'm taking a whole month off to just be married and stuff, So.
Oh man, you're gonna leave my girl Iceland hanging for like 3 months.
I know. I'm sorry. But yeah, so we'll be back on Saturday for our epic all day kind of, as long as it takes, to finish the game. We're just gonna begin with Darius's great speech, and Knock Knight's gonna show up, and there you go. The rest is history. We're just gonna watch the dominoes fall one by one. It's gonna be great. I'm excited for it.
are we the dominoes, Caleb?
Exactly. But then after that,
survive this, I'm going to be level 20 after all those sessions of trying to kill Mazio.
exactly. No, for sure. Yeah.
And just of note, I now have all 3 teleportation
Awesome. Good stuff.
up
Good
and
stuff.
ready to go in case of an emergency.
Mm-hmm. But then, yeah, after Saturday, we'll be taking a break for a little while. Obviously, these fools will probably hang out and do stuff.
Yeah, I want
but
to
like,
do things.
I'll be
life.
I'll be taking off from streaming for a while, and just gonna be married and stuff for a while, and then we'll be back and we'll do some one shots. Is the plan? We're gonna do a one shot for each of us. We'll each get to choose our perfect one shot, and then we'll be thinking about starting a new campaign, and there'll be more details on that in the future.
Caleb, is your perfect one shot one where just you kill us over and over again?
No, we're gonna play a game of show tunes. Remember, we're gonna do musical RPG.
I actually did hear from a friend where they had their DM essentially put them in Valhalla, and it took them a while to realize because they kept dying over and over and over and over again.
Nice.
I'm excited for M's DM time for Made RPG.
My premiere.
That's gonna be interesting.
Yeah,
I'm
and
also
honestly,
excited to see you all as Sailor Scouts.
yes. I'm
You're
gonna
gonna be
need
so
to do a little bit.
kawaii.
I'm gonna need to do a little bit more watching of Sailor Moon, just so I can get myself in the brain space of like what I need to be doing for that. But yes.
And all of you should be thinking about designing your own weapon that is a combination between a melee weapon and a gun.
Right, because we're gonna do like a Ruby one shot, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
I know nothing about Ruby, but that sounds super cool.
Okay, so yeah, I can tell you a little bit about it at some point.
And what was yours gonna be, Seth? I was trying to remember. What was yours gonna
Roll
be?
for shoes.
Roll for shoes.
Roll for shoes, right? Yeah, that's what it was. Cool. Did you want to DM that one, or do you want to?
Oh, I'd kind of like to play it, but
Yeah,
I also
whoever-
it would also be fun to try DMing it.
Yeah.
So I
Either
don't
one's
know.
fine with me.
Think about it.
I will.
All right, we'll see y'all on Saturday for the series finale of Terra Nullius. All the emotions.
I'm gonna cry so much.
I know.
So much.
For now, we're out. Adios, y'all.